So you're a veteran and you're thinking about making a move to San Antonio, Texas. There's a lot of game-changing information out there that I'm going to share with you. The benefits in San Antonio are prime for veterans, but unfortunately, veterans and active duty military just don't know how to maximize those benefits. I'm going to walk you through the VA loan process. I'm going to talk to you about the property tax exemption and also the BAH that you could use towards your VA loan process. Plus, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to go over key strategies that will save you thousands. Stick with me till the end because I'm going to reveal one of the biggest mistakes that veterans make during the VA loan process. If this is the first time visiting my channel and you want the whole rundown of San Antonio, Texas, go ahead and subscribe. I'll give you all the key details and all the information you need about the market. My name is James McIntyre. I've been living in San Antonio for 9 years. My family and I moved here in 2016 after I got out of the Army. I was stationed in Fort Carson and Schofield Barracks, both great locations. Hawaii and Colorado doesn't get much better than that. We wanted somewhere that had a good cost of living for our family. Buying a home, also food, groceries, and also the culture was great too. My team and I are here to help make sure your move to San Antonio is smooth. Don't hesitate to reach out. I don't care if it's a week or a year. We're ready to help the process. Relocating anywhere is definitely a tough decision and a tough process, especially if you're doing it by yourself. We want to make sure we're tagged along with you throughout the whole journey. So reach out. My contact information is below. Let's get started with the VA loan process. Zero down is awesome, right? Saves you thousands of dollars using the VA loan. A lot of people don't realize though, there's closing costs. The cost really depends on the price of the home and also what lender you use. And it's so important. Rely on research and interviewing. You have 30 days to interview as many lenders as you want. You will have to get a credit check once for those 30 days. And with that being said, when you go talk to a lender and they give you a term sheet, what their costs are, you can compare the costs, and see what works best for you and what works best for your budget. When you talk to these lenders, get pre-qualified with each one. Talk to them, fill out their loan application. And I promise they have it's a special program. They only pull your credit once. Doesn't mean you could apply for a car loan and another loan and a credit card loan. No, that's separate. A mortgage loan, they give you 30 days to allow you to apply to as many lenders as you want. And that is a great benefit for us. So apply for a loan, compare different quotes, just like anywhere. If you want to get the best deal, you compare quotes, interest rates, the fees associated with going with this lender. I have several lenders that I could connect you with. They're experts with the VA loan. And there's other fees associated with buying a home with a VA loan. You have to get the inspection, pest inspection, because they want to make sure there's no termites or the property's in good condition for your sake. You don't want to buy a home without getting an inspection. I promise. That's just not smart thing to do. The inspection is not refundable. It's about $500. Then next you'll appraisal of the value of the home. You want to see how much the home is really worth. So the appraisal will come out and they'll make sure the home value is where it's supposed to be. And on top of that, they'll make sure the house is in the condition for a veteran to live in. They want to make sure that it has a roof. There's windows. There's no huge cracks in the walls. They want to make sure there's working AC and there's a stove. They just want to make sure that you can live in there, right? That's another cost associated with the VA loan. Next, let's talk about the property tax exemption. Veterans get a huge break in Bexar County for property taxes. So when you arrive and you purchase a property, you close, then the first thing you want to do is get with the Bexar County Appraisal District. And they will you can get a form or you can go in person, fill out the form to get exempted for a certain amount for property taxes. For 10% to 90%, they take off $5,000 to about $12,000 off your property value. For 100%, zero. You don't pay any property taxes. So it's very important to get this done. You'll save thousands of dollars with just filing through Bexar County and getting this taken care of. This is one thing I always tell my clients once they purchase. I know you're busy. I know you're trying to unpack, and trust me, those boxes aren't going anywhere. But you definitely need to get the property taxes taken care of as soon as possible. Therefore, it's just, you don't have to think about it anymore. You get it done. Also, if you're a disabled veteran, 10% rating to 90% rating, in Bexar County, don't forget to protest your property taxes each year. That will help save you money significantly on property taxes. Next, let's talk about basic allowance for housing. It's about $2,000, give or take, depending on your rank. It's an additional income that you could use for your VA loan, which is pretty cool. I know it changes based off your duty location. If you're in California, you're going to get a higher BAH. San Antonio, maybe a little bit less, because the cost of living in San Antonio is a lot lower than California and New York and Hawaii. So that's another thing. But I've had several clients utilize this benefit. They would PCS to a different duty station. They would buy a house there within a couple weeks of moving there. And it's not a grand house or any type of house that's their dream home. They're looking for properties that are easy to rent out after they get out of that duty location. So keep in mind, when you move to a duty station, you plan on staying in the military and you're going to go to different locations, different duty stations. Keep in mind, you want to look at the finish line. The finish line is building a rental portfolio that will continue to grow and help you grow your residual income. You want to look for positive cash flow investments. So when you purchase a property and you got it at a good interest rate because you're using a VA loan, at the end of the day, when you PCS to a new duty station, rent it out at the price point. You may have to pay the mortgage for a month or two while it's waiting for a renter or a tenant, and then you buy a new house in the new duty station, live there for 3 to 4 years, rent it out. I have, as I said, I have several clients that have done that, and they've built a really good rental portfolio, and eventually they're going to retire. And that each rental portfolio, each rental will probably positively cash flow about $200, $300, maybe $500, or maybe some are just breaking even depending on the market. But either way, at the end of the day, let's say you have 10, 11, homes that you are renting out, and you multiply that by $200, let's say, that's a good amount of residual income each month that you're able to write off on taxes, and also you could be able to live off of if you want, per se. I always recommend to keep a few $1,000s in the bank because of repairs or anything that happens to the house when you rent it out. But that's another story. But I did want to just go over the possibility of purchasing instead of renting. There's definitely a lot long-term success when you purchase a home over renting a home. And my goal is to help as many veterans and as many active duty military achieve this wealth and this goal. Lastly, I wanted to go over two things: the most common VA loan mistake, and also a perk that veterans and active duty members receive once a year in San Antonio, Texas. The most common mistake that veterans make is assuming that they can only use their VA loan once. You can use it twice, 3 times, 4 times. It's unlimited. However, there is a limit on how much you have left on the VA loan. The first go around, the first home that you ever purchased, you have no limit whatsoever. And let's say you choose to rent out your primary residence and make it a rental. Then you purchase a second home. It all depends on how much entitlement you have left. There's a limit after that. The limit is about $806,000, and that limit goes into the loan amount that you currently have on file with the VA loan. So if you took out a VA loan for $200,000 and you're trying to purchase $1 million property, let's just say, and you have $600,000 limit left on your entitlement, that means you would have to put money down to get to that $1 million price point, whatever that price point was. Now, let's say if you wanted to purchase a $400,000 home, now you would still have the benefit of going 0 down. That entitlement is huge. It allows you to continue to use the VA loan and still get the best benefit for, interest rates and 0 down. However, there is a limit. They just don't want you going out and buying millions of dollars worth of properties with the VA loan and become like multi-million dollars with the VA loan. That's just not how they envisioned their program running. They wanted to help veterans get into their first home and build up their real estate portfolio naturally as they maybe get a larger family or their income gets higher. It's just kind of like how they envisioned it. I don't know. That's just what it is. Secondly, I wanted to share with you that one perk that San Antonio veterans and active duty militaries receive once a year. It's free passes to SeaWorld. And there's a SeaWorld in San Antonio, Texas. You go once a year. I believe it's 4 passes that are for free. And it expires at the end of the year, and then it'll renew once you go in and try to, it renews every year pretty much. If you go online, go to SeaWorld.com, claim your tickets. Once you claim your tickets, then you have your passes to go in. So there's a little bit of upfront work to get it. You don't just get handed, you have to go to SeaWorld, or you could go online and you can get the free tickets after you claim your veteran status or active duty military. And it's a pretty easy process, but let's just say it's a very great experience. One tip I will give you is when you go to SeaWorld, don't spend your money on the food and restaurants there, or dining with the orcas. Look up dining with the orcas. Thank me later. It will save you money because it's a buffet style of food. You can go back for seconds, thirds, and with a large family like what I have, it just makes the cost of eating out a lot better. And you also get to experience orcas, just diving and splashing you while you're eating. Doesn't get much better than that. San Antonio is one of the best places for veterans to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. It has the best culture. If you would like fellow veteran guidance through the process, I've been through the process. I've helped many others like you go through the process. Don't hesitate to reach out. As I said, I don't care if it's a week, a year, or you're just exploring your options. Like this video, comment, and subscribe if you want more real estate tips.